Hello, good people. We are in the building. Yo. There we go. I see something up there. Hello. Oh. Hello. Yo. Yo. Hello. What? No. I take a piss. That's how I know I'm old, man. When I sit down for too long, getting up, and nigga knees be like, God damn. Like, what? That's long. That's my shit. Motherfuckers don't want shit. Hello. So, I might have to just put them two together. Okay, people. Back online. Think I'm good enough. I might be good enough to splice these together. Y'all can hear damn near everything, can't y'all? Right. Raw. Uncut. Hit you in the gut. You don't want to do much. Yeah. But I was talking about 1984. You know, the people, yeah, and people, you know, being controlled by the system, and like how so at the end of the book though, because it's not even that long of a book, at the end, like they didn't torture these motherfuckers, and like because they set them up to be like they thought they was part of the resistance and shit, but the resistance was just part of the damn system.
Wow.
And then put their ass, and then torture them until like they brainwashed them until they made them think something else, and I think it was like something about some rats. Like they were gonna put their hand in some rats, in a box full of rats, and just before, like, however, both of them, everybody breaks. You know what I'm saying? It's like blame them. Like, do it to her. Don't do it to me. You know what I'm saying? And then she told him, she like, I gave you up too, you know. And like, but they couldn't be together no more at the end because like they had broke them, you know what I mean? And then they were scared people would be watching them and shit like that. But it's like it ain't that long.
I think I might have caught a glimpse of that movie.
They used to make us. I thought they used to make people read that shit in school.
I might have. I read so many books. I might have read that bitch and forgot it.
You ever read The Animal Farm?
Nope.
That shit crazy as fuck. Fucking the animals take over the farm and run the owner off.
What?
And then the pigs take over and shit. Train the dogs to be against everybody. Like it was supposed to be like a democracy at first.
Right. They were supposed to just oust the farmer, but the pigs wanted to be like, "Fuck it, we running this shit." Some shit that people do.
And it took over. It was like, it's like the rules they used to read. They used to be able to read, but then they stopped being able to read, and it was like, you know. Damn, they got a good line. What the fuck is that line? Oh, man. The Animal Farm.
According to Wikipedia, Animal Farm is a beast fable, in the form of satirical allegorical novella, by George Orwell, first published in England on the 17th of August.
That nigga write some shit, huh?
It's the same dude, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right. It's like no pig. Damn, man, I can't remember, man. It's like they just double talk. That's the whole thing about the other book too. Is double speak. So I guess he got the same type of thing going on.
Yeah.
It's like it's double talk. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, what I say, you go for me, not for you.
Right.
Type of shit, you know.
But damn, look at the topics of his books, man. You know what I'm saying? That's some real society type shit. He just putting it where a motherfucker can be entertained by it. But this is shit that's really going on.
Right, this shit was real. Like, this shit, like I said before, it was written a long time ago. These from the 50s and the 40s and shit. You know? And like, but this is the shit these white folks was raised on. You know
but you know what?
This is what the hunkies was raised on. You know what I'm saying? This is how they have had time to implement, like to digest this shit into their life and shit like that, and how they think about shit. Like I said, the Animal Farm. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole point about going back to that, the origin of man. What's it called? The theory
of evolution.
The theory, fucking theory. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a fucking theory. Then it took that shit and made it law. You know what I'm saying? And like we animals and we come from this. I don't fuck that shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't never come from a damn monkey, nigga.
But they go back to the lizard. No, they go back to the lizard though. You know what I'm saying? That's what they talk about. That's why they always got King. That's why they always got fucking Godzilla beating King Kong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got the lizard brain. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's all that. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit.
But
you
know if we
aliens,
if we evolve from monkeys, why these monkeys here ain't evolved?
Right, I know.
You feel me?
Right. Why are they still monkeys?
Right. Why they still monkeys?
Cat Williams all day. But
right. One of them niggas gonna walk in the store one day like, let me get a Big Mac.
But no, but for real, I swear this is my whole point to a lot of things also. Like I said before, like men, we are the evolution of women. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we are not her. Everything else is her. Everything else, you know what I'm saying? You know, the flowers bloom, you know what I'm saying? Everything, you know what I'm saying? The way she made. You see pussy everywhere you look if you want to. You know what I'm saying? like this
cut
is
open fruit.
You know exactly.
Look just like it.
That's
Every
it.
single,
Like,
not
this
just the peach, apples, plums, every single one of them. Because when you cut it open, you be like, damn, this look like the most beautiful thing ever. And it got the seed right in the middle of it. Like, yup, I'm with you. You spent 9 months getting out, nigga, and the rest of your life trying to get back in it.
Exactly.
Right. And you be eating me. You don't never just bite me. You want to break me open to eat me first. Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They say God was God is the ultimate
are,
comedian, man.
We are exactly. You know,
And-
like because this is the thing, like, and this is how you know it's true because we made her the devil. It's so easy to make her the devil. We blame it all on her and all this and this and that. So if you blame it all on her at the same time, you'll say you think about your mama, right? You know what I mean? And bam, you know what I mean? Like,
We made her the devil. She playing her part.
True.
To the fullest.
I mean, that has nothing because I'm saying that's the whole point. It's like, you know what I mean? Like that's part of the truth too. You know what I'm saying? It's like stop fucking like, you know what I mean? Like it's like black people. It's a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting pimped by them. And then our race is getting pimped by the white people. You know what I'm saying? We, the white people, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And men are, you know what I'm saying, the women's bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like they control, you know what I'm saying? They basically got 75% of this bitch. You know what I'm saying? There's only about, you know what I'm saying? There's only about 20% niggas in this world. You know what I mean? Not, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard not to be on our side. Like you say, you know what I'm saying? It's always like, you know, we always thinking about her. You know what I'm saying? She are always our number one priority. You know what I mean? And it's like we don't have no problem with, you know what I'm saying, your mother and your daughter is safe. You know what I'm saying? There's only the bitch in the middle you got a problem with, really. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
The bitch that really don't care about you.
You know,
because your mother and daughter gonna love you regardless,
right? But see, right? It's that trickery. You know what I'm saying? Because she the one in the middle, and she, you know what I mean. Without her, she's the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because without her, you ain't gonna have a daughter. Without, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And she was your mother.
But what we forget is she thinking the same way though.
No, boo.
Yes, she is.
Boo.
How she gonna have a kid without us?
Boo.
Where she gonna get one from?
Boo. Anywhere she want.
Where?
Anywhere she want, nigga. From any nigga she want, nigga. That's the whole point, right?
You
Papa's,
looked at it wrong.
Papa's baby,
I said
baby, mama's baby.
I said it in too much of a general term.
But it's like
women are looking at men the same way.
It's always, but see, we always doing it. Like it's not always reciprocal. It always don't go the fucking other same way. This is my whole. This is part of my point about the separation. You know what I'm saying, between us and her. You know what I'm saying, it's like I don't know what that bitch thinking. You know what I'm saying? I gotta think for my motherfucking self. You know what I mean? It's like she will follow me. You know what I'm saying? She gonna find me. You know what I mean? But we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like I did it in splurts. You know what I mean? But not consistently. You know? And that's what, like, I don't even think we should have, like, I don't even think niggas should have motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, or have you know, I don't know, like, you know, you got a couple of side babies or however it go, but like not a real family until a nigga like 40 something, you know what I mean? And like they say, you know what I'm saying, all this shit go back to the Bible. I be mad sometimes because it makes so much sense.
I agree with you on that,
you know?
though, because back in the day, think about it, men would be in their mid-30s and get with a female in her teens to start a family. Mm-hmm. That was accepted because a woman is a woman as soon as she can produce a child. But listen, the man was experiencing enough in the world where a man like us would be safe to give our daughter to this man. But you a little 22-year-old nigga. I'm not passing my child on to you, nigga. Right. She gonna be fucked up. You can't take care of you yet. But now we in the it come back to we program different now. Society programs is different.
Right, I mean it's over. I mean, like it's basically over for this phase, like all that shit we talking about because, like you know what I'm saying, we just sperm donors. Like we let them get away with that shit, and now
when it stopped,
that's what it's being labeled as.
When men stopped, like we had sons, right? It used to be our sons was gonna naturally follow in our footsteps because we taking them to work with us, showing them what we do. Right. Making them, that's what a boy comes to respect his father. because he didn't taught me what he do.
Right.
I'm respecting him. They removed that part of breaking up the family.
I was listening. You're right. I listened to Charlemagne. You know, and corny as he is, you know what I'm saying?
He makes some good points.
And he was talking about, you know, what his father, you know what I'm saying, told him, you know, like, you see that man right there, you know, you go to work every day, however, like, that's one of the richest men in Moncks Corner. And so you see that man over there, you know, it's like, and my father was old enough, like, you see that man over there, you know, he got all that jewelry on and stuff like that, that nigga broke, you know what I mean?
Right.
But he taught him that, like, the difference.
Differentiate.
Right. My father ain't tell me none of that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? You know, the nigga, you know, a liar and a thief and a cheat is the same thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, how many times you gotta rob a bank to be a bank robber? I say this shit all the time on my show, you know what I'm saying? Because this nigga fucking retarded, you know what I'm saying? How many times you gotta rob a bank to be a bank robber?
Once, nigga.
What the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But what the fuck do that do for me? What the fuck do that mean? What the fuck do that mean, nigga?
And it's crazy you brought that up, because before you came
you 30 years old, nigga, and that's what the fuck you got to say to me?
I was on Facebook, and the motherfucker made this point. He said, you could paint 20 houses. Are you a painter? You could, what do you say, 20 houses, are you a painter? You could make 20 songs. Are you a singer? But you kill one motherfucker, you a killer. You see what I'm saying?
That bullshit.
It's perspective and situational. Right. The whole world is on that shit. In a certain situation, you an angel. Right. But in a certain situation, you the devil.
See, you know, and I disagree with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all of that, like, why are you thinking about that? Why, you know what I'm saying? How did you come up with that bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Why did you know what I'm saying? Where the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I mean? But I'm saying, I'm back to the father and son type of shit, you know what I'm saying? About, like, you know what I mean? Like, this nigga, looking for direction, you know what I'm saying?
But here go the thing. At a point in time, parents used to be the teachers. Now, we send our kids off to be taught by some motherfuckers we have no idea what they teaching them.
No, but nigga, my father, I'm talking about a point about my father he could have gave me a fucking teachable moment a whole bunch of times, you know what I'm saying? And this nigga want to sit up there, and he one of them type of niggas I don't like. You know what I'm saying? When I grew up, you know what I'm saying? I would have called that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always, you know what I'm saying? Let me see, who is he like?
You proving my point, though.
What?
He didn't teach you nothing to make you respect him.
True that, but exactly, because you know what I'm saying, because he want to be a slick nigga, want to be a liar. He a liar too. You know what I'm saying? Make up stories and shit like that. I don't like that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I tell your ass, like, don't do that shit, because like this nigga will just sit up there and make up a story and be, you know what I'm saying, fucking lying and putting me into the shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, and then like, no maturity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No
so
maturity.
He was still a kid.
Yeah.
So he had no idea how to raise a kid into a man, because he wasn't a man. Same thing with my father. You understand? I looked at my mother as more of a man than my father.
Ain't that man? I hate that shit.
And that lightweight screws us up as men.
I used to say that shit, nigga. Hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm like, nigga, I ain't half the man my mama is. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And you know.
And that's crazy, because I feel the same way about my mama. I ain't have the man my mama was.
Right. You know, like, that's some corny, like that. I mean, you know, it's corny. It's not supposed to be like that way.
We were forced into that shit, man. We was born into it. This shit was already in place when we got here, Tippy.
And it makes you like
it make you bitter.
It's not. It's like no. It make you. It's like you're not a whole man.
You ain't fully developed.
A whole man. Yes, right. A whole man is a fucking Buddhist, nigga. You know what I'm saying? On my mama. You know what I'm saying? A whole man, nigga, don't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing ain't nothing fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? You're not. It's calm, cool, and collected
right.
at all times.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because he knows how to control himself.
Exactly.
Because he was probably raised by a man.
Right. I mean, even you know what I'm saying? You have to go on your own path, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody could, you know what I'm saying? Like all that junior shit, all that, you know what I'm saying? All that, you know, you have to become your own man. Like, that's the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
about, you know what I'm saying, and how
how
you get there. Like your father takes you further. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's his journey. And
right.
like then, you know what I'm saying? And then you off and on. Like you know what I'm saying? She step one, he step two.
Because she takes you to a certain point, then he picks up the job and finishes it off. Exactly. Now you're a man.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Now you're a man. He takes the woe off the man and makes you a man.
Right.
Right. But without that father, we just going to be stuck as this woman, seeing the world from her perspective.
Exactly.
And how she see it.
Right.
And she don't know the pitfalls of a man.
Right.
What we about to go through. That's why most women...
And they more defensive than us.
Most women be,
and they more
be
defensive.
angry when they see what their sons got to go through in life.
We're not supposed to be that defensive. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be defensive all the time. Like, we are too fucking defensive. You know what I'm saying? Like them. You know what I'm saying? And that's emotional.
Right. Men are supposed to be an assemble and discuss.
I keep fucking up my own term. You know that, right? I know I switched it around a couple of times. I'm telling you, like, I'm trying to say, I'm not saying like they are more logical than us. This is why they make decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, oh, you can't get no more pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, bitch, I just, like, she didn't thought it right. She didn't ran through the shit. She didn't made up her mind. She didn't talk to her other selves and shit like that. And want no more pussy for you. You know what I'm saying? Or they make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's logical. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. We the ones that are emotional. Like, bitch, I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Right? Come on now.
That's after they push our buttons, nigga. Because they know how.
But that's not, it doesn't matter.
I mean, you're right on some. Well, some of us are emotional.
No, boo.
Some men know how to control themselves to perfection, nigga. And they'll take that shit and just be cool, calm, and collected.
Who?
Some men.
How? Nigga. We ain't even built like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's training. We don't got the training for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, unless you a Buddhist, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You are not ready to, you know what I'm saying? You can't fuck with them hoes like that on a mental level. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes that shit. And it takes about 40, 50 years.
You know what? A man went to the doctor. He had his checkup. He said, Doc, I really don't want to go home because my wife always arguing and bitching at me and shit. And we always get into it. He said, man, do you have any suggestions on how I can stop this shit? He said, yeah. When you go home, when your wife start, get a cup of water, take a sip, and switch the water around in your mouth. He said, do that every time your wife start getting on you, and y'all get into an argument. Do that every time, and then it's going to work. Came back to the doctor in 3 weeks and was like, damn, doc, that shit really worked. He said, what's the secret? He said, because you kept your motherfucking mouth shut.
Right. That's a happy wife, happy life.
Right. You ain't say shit. You ain't throw gasoline on the fire, nigga.
All that shit, boo, man. I ain't on that shit. Like, that's the whole point. It's like, this is the whole point. Like, right. This is what they got to learn. You know what I'm saying? They got to learn how to communicate. Like, they try to keep, you know what I'm saying? They try to figure out what you thinking before you thinking the shit. All that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Like, that's what I'm talking about. The truth shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's still the scorpion and the frog. I'm talking fruitless. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is never going to work. You know what I mean? Because they are the scorpion. They can't help themselves. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, like, this one trying to say, the only way a nigga could beat them, you know what I'm saying, is to be a monk. I mean, not a monk, but a Buddhist, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Or, like these other niggas doing, if they can't beat them, they
right.
joining them. I ain't know that shit.
But see, that's the whole point. Like, they, you know what I'm saying, like, it's the white, like, okay, I already said this before. I'm telling you, okay, Maury fucked all them. You know what I'm saying? Fucked the game up.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You are not the father.
Told on them hoes. You know what I'm saying? Showed their true colors. You know what I mean? Like that changed the whole game. Porn, and fucking Maury. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, y'all, that's how we go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Them hoes like,
the illusion was beautiful.
Them hoes like Alonzo. Them hoes like Alonzo.
The illusion was beautiful while they had our eyes, while they had the veil over our eyes. But once we looked behind that curtain, nigga, you the wizard? Some bullshit, bitch.
Right.
You been doing this the whole trip, huh? Okay.
Right. Girls gone wild, gone forever. And like, you know what I'm saying, like, and then Maury just, you know what I'm saying, just set up, you know what I'm saying, just finish them off like, no, your bitches, you know what I'm saying, all y'all hoes doing this shit.
He put the final nails in the coffin.
Put the nails in the coffin. And that bitch busts out of that bitch like, you know what I'm saying, all gloves off now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck you niggas. All y'all niggas fags, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not protecting you no more.
I'm telling you. Right.
I'm telling you.
You
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been putting my fists in your ass for
all
a long
the gloves
time.
is off now.
All
nigga.
the gloves are off.
Right.
Right.
I ain't having a finger in this booty. I put my fist in that nigga.
Right. Now these niggas got to come out the closet. You know what I'm saying? And so,
They coming out
and
too.
They came, right.
Gang
Now they
busters.
came out. You know what I'm saying? Right. She put that nigga in line. Like, now you my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Right. Dude, you ain't gotta hide no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to,
Right.
they like think. You know what I'm saying? Like the girls. I don't know, like, I done seen the movies and shit, you know what I'm saying? The woman married to the dude and he's secretly gay and shit like that.
Know.
Right, and she know, and then they gotta have the babies to keep the shit going on like that. Like, that type of shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's what they say about Will Smith and them.
She said, fuck you, huh?
That's what they say about Will Smith and them.
Right.
Niggas just had kids to keep their illusion.
They talk about August Alsina and ran through the whole family and shit. So he fucked everybody.
He did.
No, it's just, but like that type of shit, you know what I mean?
But that's the type of shit that don't even vibe with our people, man. We trying to be them. You know, my Aunt Shirley told me this, man, and it fucked me up. It hurt me to my core. You need to be more like white people.
That type of shit.
You know what I did to her? Hung up on her ass and ain't talked to her for about a year.
Right.
She called me like, why you on call? I said, because you told me to be more like a white person. Is that the world you live in, Auntie?
Yeah.
But then my Uncle Bernard had this. He said, Binky, that's your Aunt Shirley. You know that's the world she live in. She don't live it. She's the same person that bought a TV on Kinsman that was all wrapped up off the street. Got home, it was a fucked up. I told her when she walked in, when I was like 7, I'm like, that ain't gonna work. You paid for that. She opened that bitch up and broke into tears because she gullible like that. And now she wonder why her daughter's locked up because they ran in her house and found a whole bunch of heroin because she was fucking with the drug dealer. Because you didn't school your child to what to look out for. Because you didn't know what to look out for.
That's the whole point, like, you know, like people, I think people, until this day, you know what I'm saying, it's like, they get, it's like it's like the brainwashing, you know what I mean? They are brainwashed to think, you know what I mean, right, about the white shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first thing, that's what I'm trying to say, you gotta get rid of that shit, you know what I mean? You can't sit up there and think, that things are ever going, like, you can't sit up there and call them white, okay, and think that things are ever going to be different or equal or anything, because they are not fucking that color.
But this is the only country where we're based on white, black, and shit like that. Other countries is, where are you from?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are you from Ghana? You're a Ghana. Right. Ghananese or whatever. Right. Where you from? You Nigerian, Bink? You're a Nigerian. You're not black. You're Nigerian, motherfucker.
Right. Jamaican is for
right.
All that bullshit.
White motherfucker across seas. Where are you from? Oh, you from Poland? You Polish. Right. You from Germany? You from Germany. You French? You France from France?
And that's what make it. And that's what make it the Matrix, though. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is not true, and then you actually pumping this shit off it's a
Right.
reality. You know what I mean?
'Cause
this is a certain type of reality.
It's what a motherfucker
You know,
said.
but if we feed into it though, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the whole point about calling them that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or even calling ourselves black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I told you, nigga, all the motherfuckers jealous of me. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm almost like, I'm getting pale now, but I'm almost golden brown. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm the best color. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best color there is. You know what I mean? You know? Right? Think about it. You know what I'm
Black
saying?
of the berry,
Man,
sweet
Buddhist,
as the
man.
juice.
Buddhist shit, man.
The darker the flesh,
No.
the deeper the roots.
Right. No, that ain't how it go. The motherfuckers got burnt.
Everybody on this planet is mixed up, my
They
nigga.
got burnt too. You know what I'm saying? And then all the motherfuckers came from a motherfucking red-headed, light-skinned, brown-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's a proven fact. And a white woman says this shit online.
What?
Every
don't mean
race
she
comes
was
from brown-eyed people.
Exactly. She was brown. You know what I'm saying? Understand that?
Brown-eyed.
Okay.
Dark, melanated people.
That's not. They don't have to be.
It comes, your skin tone.
All right, listen.
Melanin gives
Right.
you the ability to soak up the rays
Yo,
of the sun.
listen.
The tone of your skin comes from the region you live in.
That has
People
nothing to
live
do with anything.
closer
I'm
to
talking
the
about
southern
her color.
equator are dark.
Her color was probably around your color, nigga. That's brown, nigga.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you
I'm
talking
brown.
about?
I'm not
All
black.
right then. And so she had a baby. She could have a pale baby. She fuck. You know what I'm saying? She got a pale baby and she have a dark skinned baby.
Look
You
at
know what I'm
my
saying? Look at my
son.
mama.
Look at my son.
Look at my mama.
He's your
nigga.
color.
Look at my mama and look
Yeah.
at Patrick and Rakia.
Right. Look at my
Patrick
son.
and Rakia.
My Patrick
Okay,
is
then.
your color. My
But
son
I'm
is
just
your
saying, though,
color.
But that's my point, though. I said my point is, nigga, everybody come from a brown skinned
Yeah,
bitch,
we
not a
have-
dark skin, not a blackie. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And not a fucking pale bitch. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's my point, nigga. You know, from the middle. You know what I'm saying? It's how it start. It don't start from one end or another end. You see what I'm saying? Because that's polarizing. Both, you know what I'm saying? Life doesn't start from the ends. It starts in the middle. The Big Bang, that's the middle, right? That shit go out.
You know they trying to recreate that shit right now
They
in
did.
Switzerland.
I read that book a long time ago. I know. They doing it. They bouncing.
Nigga, they about to fuck some shit up.
Bouncing protons off each other.
They about to fuck some shit up.
They've been doing that though, trying to create the universe or recreate the universe. Yeah, but I know. Interesting, huh?
Fuck trying to create some shit. Learn the shit. Learn about the shit that you living on. Learn about this motherfucker first.
I told you we live on a ship called Heart. Remember? I told you? Earth. Move the letter around. That's Heart. That's what we live on. It's a living being. We live on a living being.
Oh, ain't no doubt, nigga, this shit is alive because you can plant shit in the ground and that shit comes to life.
Damn.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So now, do you understand why I went and stood outside and planted my feet? Look, you understand?
Yeah.
A motherfucker gotta see when you hear it. You just can't disprove it if you ain't never went. Motherfucker could be like, nigga, the stove is hot. If I don't touch it, I just gotta take your word for it.
Sometimes that's enough.
It depends on who's giving you that word. If it's a motherfucker I ain't never seen before, nigga, I gotta touch the stove.
Right. And you don't understand when I tell you you're a pessimist.
But if it's somebody who word I can trust and respect, the stove is hot, man. Thanks for telling me that. I ain't touching that motherfucker.
The mind of a pessimist.
Somebody gotta be pessimistic in sometimes. Sometimes. 'Cause you know what? Sometimes not being a pessimist, you run off in that motherfucker and get fucked up. Sometimes it's good to pump your brakes and be like, hey, let's look at the other side of this shit.
Right.
And we go in there.
Life.
He just went in and we heard a scream and he ain't come back out. Why are we going to go in there with under the guys, let's go save him? No. Because we go in there, we going to need saving too.
Right.
So let's do this. Let's send this guy in there who ain't heard this conversation. Go see where Bill went.
I always thought I was gonna, one day, like pow, you know what I'm saying? See, I told you, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? The whole world knows, but I'm satisfied because I told you, right? Like I was propelled. I was made to do this fucking podcast. Like when I first got sick and shit like that. I was like, oh, so you just go, I just got to get some shit out, huh? I just got to talk about this shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But it was like, the amount, right, of talking accumulates, you know what I mean? So somewhere, you know what I'm saying, somebody archive, you know what I mean, they could pick out some shit. Like, you know what I mean? I know that's how it's going to go. I'm going to fuck.
That's how it always go, man. You know what'd be amazing to me? That they'll show footage from the 1890s on film. How did y'all get this shit?
That's when it was created.
No, but look. So y'all didn't have this shit.
The black man was the first one captured on film.
Y'all didn't have this shit, but didn't want to, like, it's shit.
It's the 1890s.
Yeah,
they did it.
It's shit that they got right now. Like, a motherfucker said this. They were showing some shit on film. And they showed a motherfucker in the 40s walking up the street.
Right. With a cell phone.
Fucking cell phone. Right. I'm like, man, that's photoshopped. Gotta be.
But this is the whole point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got us living. I mean, you have to, like, I'm telling you. Because we have to, like, right. And then enough meditation, right? Being a Buddhist, enough meditation, and then you be able to, you get to see shit. You know what I'm saying? You open up a whole nother world that they can't see because they make shit up. You know what I'm saying? They got us, like, that type of shit, like, motherfuckers. You think we went to the moon?
Hell no. Because if we would have motherfuckers be going up that bitch every couple days.
Talk about they on their way back to the moon and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, y'all ain't been to the motherfucker.
Right. In the 60s and shit, that little cheap ass equipment.
Right. And Elon Musk can't get a rocket off this motherfucker right now.
Without failing 1,000 times.
Right. But y'all did this shit in one shot. One shot. Once the first attempt, nigga, y'all got there, ain't shit go wrong. Nothing.
I want to know why we don't know. I don't know. I want to know why I ain't never heard of them damn them lady scientists. You know what I'm saying? The physicists and shit
that was doing that made it possible.
Yeah,
because
they was never heard about that shit, man. Like that shit should have been. I don't know. Maybe I passed by it. I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, we never passed by it, nigga. We never learned about that. That shit just coming out in the last 15, 20 years.
That's some bullshit, though. Because, because that, something that, because if it was related to anything around the space shit like that, you know what I mean? You would know that type of shit, you know what I mean? Right? We know when the fucking Challenger blew up.
Because we was all in school watching that shit. Now, imagine, they never made us watch another shuttle before that, but they made us watch that. Like they knew it was going to happen.
That's fucked up.
Everybody was in, who was in, if you was under 55, nigga, you was in class watching that shit.
Right.
To instill fear. Well, how many motherfuckers wanted to be an astronaut before they saw that shit? After that, nigga, who wants to be an astronaut? I'm gonna be a convict. I'm going to prison. Fuck that shit. They got blew to smithereens, nigga.
Right.
Instantly.
That shit.
But they done been to the moon. And they had a bunch of niggas lying about this shit. Made this nigga great. What was his name? What that nigga from old Cleveland?
Yeah.
Right. He ride. We can get this line nigga from Cleveland to ride with this shit.
His name was Glenn something. Glenn.
John Glenn. Ho ass. Yeah, we been to the moon. What'd he say? One giant leap for one step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Right.
You lying motherfucker.
Yeah.
We ain't even been to the bottom of the ocean yet.
You know.
For real. Talking about the moon.
Have you seen some of that shit they got down there though?
That they just now seeing?
Man.
Nigga.
You talking about monsters in the deep.
Right. And here go my motto. They down there, so they like, we ain't fucking with y'all. Don't fuck with. What's your motto? Don't fuck with me.
Right,
I won't fuck you up.
Right.
So guess what they down there doing?
Right.
They fucking with them. Let that be the reason a motherfucker like a giant octopus just pops up.
That shit crazy as hell. How, like, you know what I mean? How they change the colors and adapt, like, you know what I mean? And move so damn fast.
Right. Because them motherfuckers do got, because I was watching some shit and they showed this motherfucker had to be about, man, the motherfucker was gigantic.
Mm.
And the motherfucker was like, wait, just watch. And it was swimming. And the motherfucker swam by something and changed right into that color. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you down there, then you won't even see this nigga till it's eating you.
Right.
Nah. Yeah, I'm cool with the land. I'll deal with
like rocks. Some of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like that shit is like amazing. And, like,
lions, tigers, and bears is cool.
And that I was gonna say that about how this is how hunkies think about shit. You know what I mean? And how they try to make us think about nature. You know what I mean? And like it you know, the strong eats the weak, and you know, and it goes down the line, this and that. Like that shit don't even go like that. You know what I'm saying? And like it depends on the time and place. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like maybe like, you know what I'm saying, the lions and tigers and shit like that or whatever, they might be like the cops or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't mean they have the time nigga get away, you know what I mean? Like niggas don't, they be shaking on niggas, right? Jumping on, and then like, oh, you might get your ass whooped though. How about that part? You know what I'm saying? They don't never like, they ain't, you know what I mean? Like, you understand what I'm saying about how they make it seem like
everything got a perfect pecking order, but it don't.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is it's a mystery. You toss it up, and what's gonna happen gonna happen.
That flight or fight type of shit.
Right.
Like motherfuckers negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like ain't you gonna do this or that? You know, like hold on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Slow down. You know
even animals negotiate. I didn't mark my territory, nigga. Don't come over this line, and you know what it is, nigga. I just want to get to the water. No, nigga, this is my shit. If I let you get to that water this once, nigga, don't come back. All right, I let you walk to the river this time, but tomorrow when you come back, I'm fucking you up. Then we just had this discussion. Animals negotiate.
I just seen it. You know what I mean? You know, it's not what we've been told, or however. So maybe it's just there's another way to look at things. That's what, like, the whole point. It's like, and there's people out there, you know what I'm saying, that want to look at that way. You know what I'm saying? Look at things differently. Right. You know what I'm saying? In a you know what I mean, in a logical way. You know, in a way that makes sense. Like, when make it all make sense. Like, make it make sense, nigga. You know what I'm saying? God is a girl, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I think people out of the fear, people out of just a genuine fear of being fearful. That's why we want to control shit. If we can control it, we ain't got to be fearful of it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as far as going back to, because it affects, you know what I'm saying, it's the whole, like you said, like the wizard behind the curtain type of thing, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, niggas could stop fucking bitches up if we just thought about it differently. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she's not your property. You're not in control of her. She don't have to
do what you say.
Exactly.
It's her choice.
You know what I'm saying? But like, even more than that, though. You know what I'm saying? You actually supposed to follow her, right? It's like, but not to see, right? And that's where it gets tricky. You know what I'm saying? That's where you have to, you know what I'm saying, be a man at, like where to implement yourself at, where to take yourself out at, you know what I'm saying, and not do everything she says, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
when to oppose your will on the situation,
right?
To lead the family,
right?
Let her lead it when it's good, but for the family, for her to be in charge. But when it come down to you, when it's time for you to take the lead, like it's all cool and dandy for her to run the family when it's peaceful. When we
don't have to be Jesus though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to sacrifice ourselves.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly
like,
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what she, right? That's the scorpion and the frog type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna always sacrifice us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Off the top. I gotta keep going. He's expendable.
Right.
You're right. I could make another him.
Got one coming up right
now. Coming fresh out the oven. Another you, nigga.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. You know? It's like, and like, only way that could be resolved is a truce. You know what I'm saying? It's some type of truce. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, because that's, I don't know. Like I said before, and like, and we know too much about astrology. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're supposed to know about meditation. You know what I'm saying? About other, like, we know too much about, I know too much about astrology. Cause I'm thinking about we're supposed to be moving into the age of Aquarius and shit like that. You know? And, like, I don't know, I forgot what that shit supposed to mean. But, like, you know, it's like, it's different it's people with different type of mind states. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Shit, we in the age of Aquarius right now, nigga.
No, we in the age of Pisces.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go backwards.
So we just came out the age of Aquarius or something.
No, we're going into it now. Let's go backwards. It's Pisces and then Aquarius. I've been this way for like the last couple thousand years, I think. You know, it's like that's how far. Like that's the bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, this. Remember they were talking about, oh, you know, the sun is gonna burn out in about 100 million years. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I tell you, we'll call my phone when that motherfucker burn out in 100 million. Man, I'm not even gonna be here in 100 million years.
Like, right. The shit they have us thinking about, though. You know, and like just. And the people, like,
is gas gonna go up to $4.50 next week? That's what I need to be worried about right now. Fuck the sun, nigga. That motherfucker it's gonna be on tomorrow, nigga. Cause you wake up and that bitch ain't popped out in 2 or 3 days, then we got a problem.
Right.
Nigga, shit. Plants ain't about to grow. Them motherfuckers don't grow. We ain't gonna be able to breathe. Somebody get Donald Trump on the line, nigga. It's his fault, nigga. What you do to the sun, Trump?
I'm gonna bring back one motherfucking subject that we skipped over, like that we wasn't recording. And okay. Germans
right.
Germans come from Germany. The Nazis come from Germany. We have separated these people. I want to know, I'm asking you a question. So why have we separated these people? They're saying these Germans from the Nazis that they were, you know, under during the war. I mean, didn't they also, like,
because they got one scapegoat. Guess who the scapegoat is? Adolf Hitler. They all point, it's all his fault.
Right. It's not none of them, though.
We were forced to do it.
Right.
He's one little short motherfucker.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of y'all.
Right.
But he's the leader of the Nazi parties. Nigga, it's a whole bunch of y'all.
Right.
He didn't
so
force. Y'all was with that shit.
Right. Y'all wasn't agreeing with it at all. You was forced.
Right. No, y'all was with that shit. Shit didn't go bad till the Allies rolled in.
You was forced to believe that you was the greatest creation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Blonde hair and blue eyes.
You were superior to everybody. You was forced to believe that, huh?
But then nobody questioned the fact that the superior race is blonde hair and blue eyes, but this nigga over here talking the shit got brown eyes.
Right.
Ain't nobody saying he's a Jew from...
And his mama a Jew.
Right. Ain't nobody question that fact.
Right.
Because y'all was all with this shit. Y'all wanted to do this shit before he popped up.
Right.
Let's get rid of the Jews because they got all the money.
Didn't they start 2 wars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
World War I was them.
They just say Nazis, but they don't say shit about the Germans.
No, it was the Nazis.
Like, what's your, like, right? Ain't, like, see, that's why Eminem the fucking #1 rapper in the world. Ain't he a fucking German?
Who? Him?
Yeah.
More than likely.
He a German.
Yeah.
He's German. He come from German descent.
But a lot of motherfuckers don't know that America funded that shit. Chase Manhattan and the Rockefellers funded Germany.
Right. And so
this what the motherfucker said. The same Jews that was getting murdered, that was sent into them showers, Jews in America was funding that shit to send them to the showers.
Right. So like,
wow.
Like when they try to talk about, oh, you know, black people was trading slaves too. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody kill their own. Everybody fuck over their
black people wasn't the only people trading slaves. Everybody was. That was big business back then. Right. It was just they ran into some black tribes who was fighting. Well, give us y'all prisoners, and we'll trade with y'all. Okay, sure. Because like when you took prisoners, after a while you can become a part of the tribe.
Right.
So we thinking like, okay, maybe they like us. Nah, nigga. They taking them, but you see after about 50, 60 years of that shit, the motherfuckers in West Africa was like, nah, we killing y'all come back over here.
That's another thing about how, like, you know what I'm saying, about, we're going to be talking about the South shit, because it's always a step back. You know what I mean? It's always a step back, because they believe, you know, about Juneteenth, right? Oh, you know, they talking about niggas ain't get freed. You know, they talking about when they got freed down in Texas. Nigga, that was 2 months after. You know what I mean? After everything else, like
right.
That has nothing to do. You know what I mean? With when the actual date was, or I forgot the other part. I was trying to say how they damn it, man.
But I know, see, back then, a motherfucker could say you was free, but nigga, if that shit don't reach
about how up north, slavery had been abolished. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole point about people trying to run and get to the north.
Yeah.
So that was they been that shit. So that's when. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all still down here in captive, but niggas is free up here. You see what I'm saying? And so that mentality is not gonna be the same.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be the same. Like, cause nigga, you 200. You know what I'm saying? You 100 or you 50 years behind or 40 years behind, and like you know, then motherfuckers didn't even leave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then didn't even leave, and then you know help the motherfuckers rebuild the shit.
And then see what motherfuckers was, what I heard.
They burnt Georgia to the ground.
Yeah, a motherfucker was saying this. A lot of reasons why blacks in the South don't get along with blacks in the North now is because back then, motherfuckers from down there was coming to the North. And they was supposed to come to the North, learn some shit, get some wealth, come back and help the blacks in the South. But once they got up north, they never went back. So yeah, they gonna be mad. Cousin Jimmy and them was supposed to come back and help us. And,
I didn't know that.
And we funded them to get up there, and these niggas ain't coming back.
Pay for their education.
Right. Fuck them niggas.
Uppity ass niggas.
Uppity ass niggas. And that's where that uppity ass nigga come, because they went up. Uppity ass nigga. I swear, research that shit. It fucked me up. The shit we talking about, I just was learning this shit the last couple days, and the shit had me tripping. And I'm like, yeah, I would be mad too if I'm thinking this nigga's supposed to come back, help us with the farm, learn some manufacturing techniques, and then you got up there, got you a bitch, got you some money in the house. and found out that you ain't got to worry about the Klan rolling through, you ain't never coming back.
Right. All right. I'm talking about before that, though. Okay. Before you talking. Okay. You jumped a little bit, but I'm talking about abolition. Is you know what I'm saying, and the North being free before the South. Okay, and about like and so if they like that whole that like I said, back to the mind state about, you know, and you are behind, you know what I'm saying, and everything, and it's like that's all I was trying to say. You know, like, oh, it's like shit. Motherfuckers been free, you know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfucker, like, how, and then, so, we always got to go off of what how they records go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
About how, oh, you know, this didn't happen to them, we didn't get the, like, motherfuckers, like, people don't even know we had the right to vote right after Civil War, you know what I'm saying? People think, you know what I'm saying, that we just got the right to vote, you know what I mean, in the 50s and the 60s.
We had the right
to
vote right after the Civil War, but them motherfuckers was killing motherfuckers you show up at the voter booth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now that part you could talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But say that part, you know what I'm saying, about.
But we did have the right to vote.
Fight. We had to fight for the vote the whole way, you know what I'm saying? And that maybe put that into kids' mind where they need to fight for, you know what I'm saying, they need to continue to vote, you know what I mean? Because it's not like, oh, we just got the right to vote and, you know, all that type of shit, like, nigga, we men, right, women ain't had a right, we had a right to vote before women.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like
before white women.
Right, exactly.
That's what the women's liberation movement was about. White
Listen,
women wanted them rights.
She done took over the world. You know what I'm saying? She done took over the world.
Because they've been oppressed for
started
the
from the bottom. Started right.
And they here.
And and then but the thing was, because the niggas was out there making all the money, you know what I'm saying? And they just kept on, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just kept on hoarding a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there. Then they start fucking the judges, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want a divorce. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Power to PUSSY.
I'm gonna kill this nigga.
Divorce is granted.
I'm gonna kill this nigga. I'm gonna get his insurance money. You know what I mean? Like, they plotted on the white man. They plotted on that white man, and you know what I'm saying? Exposed the nigga and all that type of shit. And we suffer, you know what I'm saying, in the backlash. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we got blamed for being horrible men. Also, you know what I'm saying, to our women, we wasn't the best, but we wasn't a quarter of what them hunkies be doing to them bitches. You know what I'm saying?
No.
The shit to do, you know what I'm saying, the way they degrade them. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess, you know what I'm saying, nigga, you know, I could just speak from being an overall regular nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga might drink and shit and argue with the hoe because she wasn't right. We didn't, like, I don't need another mama, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And, like, that's no meditation. You know what I mean? But, like, that's us. But it's not no, like, I'm a chop your fingers off, or I don't know, stick some shit up your pussy and all that type of, whatever that shit we done seen on pornos. How about that part? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, this is what y'all do? You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't come from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And this bitch let you do it to her, though.
Because they savages.
Exactly.
Savages, nigga.
And then, like, it's like I'm rubbering you glue, whatever you say, bounce off me and stick to you. Because this is how this is what they talk about us, you know what I'm saying? So everything they talked about us about, I feel, is basically is how they feel about themselves.
But you gotta realize this. It was us who taught them, who civilized them. Taught them how to wipe their ass and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The Moors taught them. You know what I'm saying? How to get rid of that black plague that they had all running through Europe. Clean yourselves up. Take baths, motherfuckers.
Dysentery.
Right. They took that shit and ran with it. Like, okay, we about to go down there and take everything they got. Thank you for showing us this. Same shit they did over here. Native Americans showed them how to plant and live through the winter. We about to take everything they got.
I disagree with that shit. All they did was bring disease and fucking infestation, and the motherfucking Indians left. And the ones, you know what I'm saying, the few that stayed, you know what I'm saying, the few that stayed fought, and you know what I'm saying. That's the history that we see. If it was actually Indians and shit living here and stuff like that, and the multitude that they was, nigga, disease killed them and ran them away. You know what I'm saying?
Disease,
all that fighting,
crippled.
Exactly. So all that fighting and shit, like you know, they talk about and the wars and shit. Like, it wasn't no fucking wars. It was disease. It was disease that took them out. You know what I mean? And then the rest of them. What you think the Mexicans are? You know what I'm saying? Like all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like they and then the ones that we see, because they was more mixed. You know what I'm saying? They more mixed. I think.
No, I kind of agree with you. The Mexicans ain't nothing but natives, but they just ran into Spanish motherfuckers and learned Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right. And it do make sense because them motherfuckers did run further out west, and the white man followed them. Like, oh, it's more land? Right. Well, this is what we gonna do. We gonna put y'all over here in this little shit. But we taking all this. Alright, just stay your ass away from me with that smallpox.
Exactly.
Stay over there. You can have all that shit. Cause what they bought Manhattan for like some blankets and shit.
Right.
Nigga, that was probably cause, nigga, we don't want y'all blankets. We just want to get the fuck out of here before y'all come over here.
Right.
But that's the shit. That shit still going on today, man. They roll over into Africa and unleash some shit, make motherfuckers sick. Cause you thought Ebola just popped up out of nowhere?
Right.
That shit ain't pop up out of nowhere. Look, let's go give them this shit. We can run our little tests and try to find a cure of it with them. Cause, nigga, I'll be looking at TV like these same little kids been starving since the 70s. Mm-hmm. And if niggas been spending $20 a month over there,
exploitation.
It's the same little nigga. Right. He ain't grew up yet.
I was like, I thought about, I guess it would, you know, you could only make skits about it though and shit. Go film some kids in a fucking trailer park, you know what I'm saying? And ask for money, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, these kids are
suffering.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
if you can send $2 a day with $60 a month, I'll feed this kid for the next 5 years.
Exactly.
Wonder how much money you roll in.
Probably some.
Cause I know that white bitch off Archie Bunker and shit. That bitch been getting money for years, fucking
Savvy
with them.
Struthers.
Right. Dead. And what was the little boy name?
I don't know.
He was. I can't remember this nigga name.
I want to say Timmy.
But Timmy. Timmy. But they promoted this little nigga all the 80s, nigga. Yeah. The nigga little bald head motherfucker, little beady eyes. I'm like, damn, this nigga ain't grew up yet.
Remember Jim Baker?
Him and his wife.
Tammy, they begging for money.
Tammy Faye. Bitch had $2 million worth of shoes. But you get money, what was it? The $600, was it 600 Club or something?
I think that's another one.
That was the show that came on after them.
Right.
What they had one church. What was they had a big ass church though. Yeah, they hung them niggas out to dry though.
Pimping.
Like,
then now that's another funny part about like the new preachers and shit like that. Especially like a lot of the ones I be seeing because on the black YouTube and shit, you know. But it's like these niggas gay. All them niggas in fucking Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? All them big pastors and shit in Atlanta, gay as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Getting exposed, you know. That shit is crazy. Or this one, I heard this one pastor, he want to open up a fucking weed spot, talking about growing weed and shit.
Yeah, I think I did. The church, right. The church is, right. I did just see that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what they said about getting pimping hoes or maybe like I don't know man.
Church ain't church, nigga.
Right. I can't. I don't know how to do that shit. Like, you know, I don't know how to sit up there. I guess you just put the suit on her and just talk shit. Cause like I don't know how,
we put the suit on and give you talk shit powers,
right? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, why you get up there and say to people, you know, I guess you just, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we gotta, get the camera going, cause it's like
that'll be another good skit. Motherfucker step into the phone booth, put the suit on, and now he's super preacher. Right. Passing plates and a single, passing plates, and you would never see him. It's super preacher. Able to baptize a motherfucker in a single bound. Right.
That nigga Booski, that nigga, he like, what you gonna do at your church and shit? We gonna be drinking 40s in the pool pit? No, motherfucker.
Pass the plate again. Nigga get home, it's a plate in his dough. No, but motherfucking churches now, nigga, they want to know your income. We need to see your W-2s when you become a member.
Right.
What?
That's Pastor Vernon, ain't
it? Nigga, I heard that nigga one Easter say, down at the Convocation Center, he had, what was it? The gospel, Mary or something? Uh-huh. Me, my wife, and the kids is in that motherfucker. When that nigga said, I want everybody in here to give me your whole paycheck. Get y'all ass up. Come on, we out. But we ain't seen that. Fuck Mary.
He said the whole paycheck.
This nigga want the whole paycheck. And said, don't worry about how you gonna pay your bills this week and eat. God gonna take care of you. Just give your whole paycheck to the Word Church. I said, he trying to pay for these bitches in concert. We out of here. Felicia like, I ain't going nowhere. You gonna be a walking home bitch. Cause I got the car keys. I'm gone. Look, the kids was like, we with daddy. And that dumb bitch sat down in that Convocation Center and gave up her whole paycheck. Guess what she ate for that week? Ramen noodles. You ain't cooking? I cook for the kids, bitch.
I think Tasha K said some shit like that to her. She used to give all her whole paycheck to her preacher and shit.
Man, you got me fucked up. This nigga driving the caddy, you catching the... No, this nigga got helicopters. And you catching the bus.
Right. Now, see, that's the whole point to them. Like
the man had his daughter's 16th birthday on MTV.
About the God part, though. Like, about how they would do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole, like, that's the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, like, I say, it's like having a genie. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a genie. You know what I'm saying?
With infinite wishes.
I don't know about that part because, like, it just hurt, like, you can't, there's only a few times you probably could ask her for something crazy as fuck, you know what I mean? Like, most of the time it's just, you're supposed to be just, you know what I mean, y'all just together. That's the whole point, like, we supposed to be a match made in heaven, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go together, we fit together, you know what I'm saying? It's like that part. It's like, we're supposed to bounce the energy, yin and yang type of shit, you know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing process, but it's like the circle, you know what I'm saying? Like a figure eight, you know what I mean? There's no beginning, no end.
No, that's the sign for infinity.
Right, that's what I meant to say. It's just infinity, in the world that we live in, it seems like somebody wants to win, you know? Oh, that's the other part. I remember. Because we are all born winners. So, you know what I mean? So we all want to win the most.
Yeah.
You know, from
it's crazy that you said that because every motherfucker who is born, you actually won the race.
Right.
The rest of them, a million and probably 0.2 million motherfuckers had to go back and fall off. But you are the winner.
Right.
Now let's see what you can do out here.
Exactly.
I ain't tell you when you got out here, it's the niggas who already wanted to set this shit up called the system. And you just jumped into it. And if you don't ride with it,
right,
you're going to have a hard life.
Right.
But if you ride with it, because remember, our people just say, you don't want that on your permanent record.
Right.
Back then, we didn't know the record was permanent. We thinking like, oh, it ain't no permanent. You'll forget about that shit next week. No, this shit, nigga, they got shit that we got suspended for at Charles Elliott.
Right.
In that shit.
Right.
And you like, what? Y'all remember this shit? Yes, Jeffrey D. You got caught stealing a birthday card out of Silverman's.
Right.
You were with Richard Clemens. Right. What?
Can you verify Like, can you verify this address that you once lived at? You know what I mean? Should be from 20 years
ago. How y'all remember that shit?
They got that shit on your verification, though.
Right. When you moved in. How much your rent was. Yeah, they keeping track of all this shit.
The Matrix, people. My name is Rich Matrix. This has been a TNC show with Jeffrey Lee.
Yep. And watch out for them agents, because you know they could be anybody at any time.
Exactly. Skin folk is not kin folk.
And just everybody be safe out there and love each other more. Hey, we need to help each other instead of hinder each other. That crabs in the bucket shit is over with.
Crabs don't belong in the bucket.
Right. I ain't seen a crab in the bucket. I see them in fish tanks.
Chilling.
Peace out.
Peace, people.
GP for life.
And you know this, man.
Practice make perfect, like you said.